This week, Mediatonic is featuring its first selection of player-made rounds in the Fall Guys Show Selector, and it looks very promising. I certainly wasn't wrong in trusting this community to shape the game. I had the pleasure to talk to a couple of the lucky players who got their round featured, and they were generally satisfied with how it's worked out. The system Mediatonic is choosing levels with is working well in its first week, but it could be a bit more clear, and there are a few more ways to expand on it. We'll start with an issue that was very prominent in the first day of the rounds being featured. Broken Course by Green PFG is likely the most difficult level in this week's batch. In the many times I've played it, it's timed out at 10 minutes all but once, and it wasn't me that won. The round is fantastically designed so the best player wins, no BS. What's the problem in that, though, you may ask? Well, the version of the round that Mediatonic featured was outdated. It featured a section with a jump that was, simply put, impossible. It's not a huge deal, especially since the round breaks off into many routes that can keep it engaging and fun, but it certainly got people talking. After requests by Green P to update the level, it was fixed. It's a trial period, so things like that will happen, but during that one day, some people did get especially upset. I got to talk with Green P about how everything else went in regards to getting his round featured, and he seemed satisfied. He told me that he felt the reward for clearing the round was fitting, considering the difficulty and player count, and some other ideas I'll get into later. The other person I spoke to was the creator of Parkour Party, Josh on JDG. He too had a similar issue to Green P regarding an outdated map version being used, but he decided that the shortened and unedited version of the round better fit in this context, and that players were enjoying themselves already. So, from what it seems like, these levels are chosen a few weeks to a month in advance, so if you make changes to your round, these changes might not make it. Moving on from that though, how did the Fall Guys development team choose which round to feature? Both creators I interviewed had hints, but not the full picture, though there was a common theme with what they both said. They both had posted their rounds to official Fall Guys social media. Green P had posted his under an official Fall Guys Twitter thread seeking out rounds, and Joshon posted his in a dedicated channel in the official Fall Guys Discord server, where it became one of the first rounds to exceed 20 votes. Joshon had also seen many other featured rounds in that same Discord channel, including Spiral Upheaval, which became featured despite not gaining many votes in the server. So it seems that Mediatonic is sifting through rounds submitted to official social media pages and choosing what they deem the best of the best. If it's the case, it's a system I'm confident can last, though it will have to evolve. It's primitive for now, but it's satisfying. When I spoke to him, Joshon was also advocating for what would be a very welcomed and encouraging addition to the system. In a tweet by him that garnered over 50 likes, he advocated for a reward, and once I thought about it, it just seemed natural. Giving out inconsequential yet meaningful rewards to players who make featured rounds would just be great for the system. It encourages players to not only make and share levels, but make and share good, high-quality ones with unique ideas. The idea that first comes to mind for a reward for me is an exclusive skin, and really, what else would it be? Maybe it could be something like a gold construction outfit that fits the creative theme, or some other cosmetic that already exists, but might just be unreleased. Kinda like how skins like the Veggie Dog were fabled for so long before being given out as free-for-all bonuses to legacy players. But the scenario this reminds me of the most is the Pink Wizard from back in Legacy Season 2. For those who don't know, for a few months, a weekly challenge was posted on Twitter, and at the end of the week, the 10 players with the most crowns would get the Pink Wizard. As you can imagine, this got very competitive, and players worked really hard to earn the skin, some winning hundreds of crowns each week. Unfortunately, as is human nature, those who won the skin were harassed by jealous players who didn't, and after a while, the Pink Wizard challenges were closed for that reason, and it's now one of the rarest skins in the game. That's the one thing I'm worried about with adding a prize for making a featured level, and it's already something I've seen in small sample sizes online, even without the incentive. It's just something that'll happen when you add competitive element. But there's also the argument that players are sometimes taking hours to make these levels, and that on the surface they're making a good amount of content that'll be in the game for that week. Giving a reward to round creators may not only to be encouraged making quality rounds, but function as payment or a simple thank you from Mediatonic. So, in summary, if you want to get your round featured in Fall Guys, post your code in the official Discord server for the best chance based on my understanding. Maybe someday you can hope there will be an incentive and prize, too. But with that, that's my take on the key discussion points during the first week of featured creative rounds. Of course, I'd like to give a huge thank you to GreenPFG and Josh on JDG for taking their time to help me gather a better understanding of this new content and hopefully give you the same. With that being said, thanks so much for watching. For those who stuck around to the end, I have a little something for you. In the near future, I'm planning to make a video where I play some of the creative rounds you've made, so if you'd like to be featured, drop your round code in the comments and I'll get to play it. That's all from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day.